Good afternoon. On this Easter weekend, I'm Dr. Dave from Shores Wellness Solutions, the Natural Health and Wellness Center. And of course, beside me, my lovely wife, Amy.
Hi, guys.
Say hi to the world, babe.
Hey, guys. We're talking about sleep.
What?
101.
Sleep 101.
Is anyone sleeping? Probably sleeping a little too much right now, right?
Maybe. I think people might be sleeping more than they should because they're home a lot.
Or they're staying up later and watching movies and television and, all kinds of things because they have nothing else to do. I don't know.
I got a great story about that.
Oh, what's that?
Well, okay, so let's say people are staying up later, and I don't know anybody that would do that. But if your sleep cycles start at 9 o'clock at night and you stay up till 10 or 11, you miss that first cycle. It's kind of like you go to the train station for the 4:15 train and you got there at 4:17. Train's not waiting for you or me or any of you guys. And so you miss the train. But your sleep cycles are the same way. And how do you know when they start? Figure about this. The time you fall asleep on the couch, that's the time you should be up in bed.
What if you never fall asleep on the couch?
That's another story. Guess we need to get into the Sleep 101 and learn some things, huh?
All right. Well, let's get started.
Fire away, my dear.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We're glad to have you here. We're going to talk a little bit about Sleep 101. I know a lot of people either have trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep, their mind keeps going crazy. There's a lot of times you can't shut down, right? Right now we're probably a little bit more stressed than we typically are, whether we're working, not working, staying in, not going out. There's so many things going on that I'm sure it's wreaking havoc on our sleep cycles. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today and help you kind of see if we can get on track a little bit more.
Okay, cool.
Great. Well, one of the biggest health challenges that people face today is a lack of sleep. It's an estimated that 50 to 70 million adult Americans suffer from a sleep or wakefulness disorder. To be healthy, we should be spending 1/3 of our entire lives asleep, and this is kind of a big number, right? So we should be sleeping way more than most people do.
8 hours a night.
Well, 6 to 9, I would say.
Well,
Not everyone's the same, and I think it varies. Okay, here we're going to have like a
Now,
discussion.
you know I'm an exactus.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so
And I'm not.
when it says 1/3, that's 8 hours because 1/3 of 24 is 8. But when you get to 6, now it's only 1/4. So according to the facts, it's really not enough.
I do think there's variables, but we're not going to get into a
Have
crazy...
you ever known me to sleep 8 hours?
Oh, no, you don't.
No.
Have you known me too, though?
You can surpass that. You take the extra hours out.
I
of
like
that.
the 9.
I'm good
You're
for
about
5, 6. Yeah.
Probably not good.
That's all right.
That's all right. So we're going to talk a little bit more about all the craziness going on with that. So what is a good night's sleep? A good night's sleep can be defined as a period of, 6 to 9 hours?
Sure.
7 to 9 hours?
I like 7.
Okay, depending on the individual's activity, which during 20% of this is deep sleep and 25% is REM sleep. However, it's not just the quality of the sleep that's important, it's also the consistency. So having one night really good sleep, but then not sleeping for a week, that's not going to be great for you either. There's so many definitions and opinions of what constitutes a good night's sleep, and the media, however, that it's come down to figuring out what works best for you. So we're going to talk about some ways that can help you get a better night's sleep and how to be a little bit more consistent.
Okay, we can do that. So side effects of sleep deprivation? So if you have sleep deprivation, that's going to lead to increased appetite. It's going to give you fatigue, which is a lower metabolic rate, and that's going to cause increased fat storage.
Well,
Sorry.
That's okay, go.
Thanks. And ultimately what that means is weight gain.
Yeah, and another thing that happens when you're not getting enough sleep and you're very deprived, no matter how much coffee you drink, a lot of the things that result are people are more prone to accidents. So research has shown that the U.S., 20% of car accidents occur as a result of drowsy drivers. So lack of energy causes our responses to be lowered as well, ultimately increasing the chance that we'll be making a mistake while driving. So that's another side effect that's not super great. It's really important to sleep. It also affects our work. and the lack of attention and the attention span and energy we have when we go in to be productive at work. So it is pretty important to be getting a good night's sleep.
Well, if you think about it, if you're well rested, you're going to be more productive.
Of course.
Mhm.
All right, some side effects of sleep deprivation. So not getting enough sleep also leaves us more prone to developing other seemingly non-related health problems. As the body learns to function on low levels of energy throughout a period of poor sleep, there's less energy left over to help aid the body in its recovery from other illnesses that might not seem directly influenced by sleep levels.
Mhm.
So lack of sleep has been linked to serious afflictions such as diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and even heart disease. And it's also known to shorten your overall life expectancy. So while there's generally several other factors involved, it's still quite telling that these illnesses could be shaped or at least improved by examining our sleep patterns and energy levels over a given period. Short-term studies where subjects have deprived themselves of sleep to examine the immediate effects of a lack of sleep have noted a rise in blood pressure, lowering of blood glucose levels, and increase in inflammation. So a lot of times people who really have a lot of aches and pains and inflammation is because they're not getting enough sleep.
Yeah, and we know that if you're sleep deprived, your immune system is going to be much weaker, or I like to call it the immune alliance because it's a multiple organs, not one system. And now with COVID-19 around there, very prevalent in our society, it's important to have a stronger immune system. Lack of sleep will also, as I said earlier, increase body weight. It's going to decrease your memory. What? and it'll also increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. And so all those are packaged in there, which you just said. Excellent.
Well, it also gives physical side effects like the big black circles under our eyes, dull skin. You just don't look as good either.
So basically a lack of sleep shortens your telomeres, which is the ends of your DNA strands. And the shorter they are, the shorter your lifespan. The longer they are, the longer your lifespan.
Well, that'll be another class. We'll talk about that, right? Because you can extend your life by having a longer telomere, right?
That's right. The longer the telomere, the slower your aging process.
Oh.
Yours must be really long.
Yeah, good one. He's trying to get brownie points today, right?
Yep.
So I won't make him paint the rest of the house?
I'll paint it.
So why do so many people experience this uncomfortable and stressful sensation of not being able to sleep?
It's because they're getting older.
Oh, yeah, that's it. So we're all old and now we can't sleep, right?
That is definitely not a diagnosis or a reason why. It has nothing to do with age.
Right. So what are a few reasons that people, aren't sleeping? I think right now the big one is there's so much going on in the world that
anxiety.
Yeah, stress.
Lots of anxiety
fear,
and stress.
Things like that.
Pain, discomfort.
Yeah.
Alcohol actually deprives you of sleep.
Right.
It does.
Which we're probably drinking a few more things these days because everyone's stressed and we're all home not knowing what to do with ourselves, right?
Paint the house.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We decided we'll just paint the whole house. Ceilings, trim, walls, all that fun stuff.
Tomorrow starts clean the garage.
Yay. Look at all the things cleared. But that's okay. So let's talk a little more about sleep. Technology is a really big factor in not sleeping. So before technology became a massive and overwhelming factor in our lives, our bodies were in tune with the rising and the setting of the sun. Remember we used to get up with the roosters crowing? Is that what we did? I don't know if I did.
You're from the country. I'm from the city. We didn't have roosters.
You get up with the rooster crowing in the morning, and then you go to sleep when it gets dark, right?
That's
you can't go out working in the fields and doing all those things, and our bodies are meant to get up with the sun and go to bed when it sets, right? So most of the time, we're not doing those things. We're worried about being on our phone, we're watching TV and doing lots of things like that. So technology plays a big role in not letting our minds settle down and be able to fall asleep.
Makes sense. Anything else you got in there? Go ahead.
Some ways to combat technology and light-related sleep issues are to dim the lights on your device. If you are on your device at all, you want to dim it to the lowest light setting possible.
Right.
Because you're not going to want all that bright light shining in your face. That's not going to be very good to help you rewind and get ready for a good night's sleep.
Well, when we look at these devices, and whether they're iPads or computers, whatever, they're emitting radiation. And that radiation has a vibratory frequency, and when it hits us, it disturbs our sleep cycles. And if we have the screens on and we see the light from it, look at that picture of you, and we see the light on there in our eyes, and as that flashes, that disrupts our circadian rhythm in our sleep. But also, the EMFs that are coming into this device also affect us as well.
Yeah. So you want to take at least 1 to 2 hours before your set bedtime, which it is really important to get a schedule set together where you're going to bed at the same time every day. You're waking up at the same time every day. It helps your body work much better that way. So you want to turn off the blue light devices in the house, including the TV, the computers, tablets, smartphones. This will help trigger the production of melatonin, and sleepiness will set in at the right time. So you want to try to regulate your bedtime routine in order to get on a schedule. Sleeping at the same time each day helps get your body into a regulated sleep cycle.
Good.
That's what I'm trying to
Now,
say.
you mentioned melatonin. And melatonin is a hormone that is made in the human body. But if we take an exogenous form, if we take it in a pill, what that does is that decreases our body's efficiency in making melatonin. And the more that we take, the less likely our body's going to be able to produce proper melatonin. Same thing with benzodiazepines, sleeping pills. If you take those, they're going to increase mortality. They're going to increase mortality. They're going to increase the chance of cancer. And just as little as 18 doses of a sleeping pill will increase your death risk by 360%.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
And so they really have, the benzodiazepines, they really have a definitive effect or a detrimental effect on cognitive processes. It'll impair both your physical and your mental performance. And believe it or not, they are less effective than herbs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you also want to limit your mind stimulation in the hours leading up to your bedtime. So activities such as reading a book, listening to music, meditating are also very beneficial that help to calm your mind down and help it focus on a single thing rather than all the millions of things that we have going on, right, on a daily basis.
We have a million things going on?
I don't know. I have a million things going on in this mind. I don't know about you.
I do.
So charge your phones and devices that might tempt you that, I'm not sleeping tonight, so I'm going to just get on my phone real quick while I'm laying in bed. Just put it in another room. Put it away from the nightstand. The farther away, the better, because you're not going to be tempted if you're not sleeping to, let me just check my phone and see what Susie Q had sent me.
And
right?
you won't get those EMFs.
Right.
Awesome.
Let's talk about diet, because I feel like diet plays a big role on whether we're sleeping well or not. Right?
Well, if we're talking about insomnia, we do know that there are 4 types of insomnia.
Oh,
Bet
really?
you didn't know that.
No.
See, I brought something to the table here for you. Okay. There's sleep onset. That's when you have difficulty falling asleep. That's a type of insomnia. There's sleep maintenance. That's when you wake up during the night. And I know people say, well, I got to get up at the night to use the bathroom. That's not normal. It's common, very common, but not normal. And you should really understand the difference between normal and common. So that's 2. There's sleep offset, which is when you're waking up earlier in the morning than you'd like to. And then, of course, there's the non-restorative sleep. And that's a sense where you've slept all night and you get up, but you have a sense that you didn't get enough sleep.
Huh.
I know somebody like that.
I think if I dream so much, which is a good thing, I think.
It is. You're supposed to dream.
Yeah. So I guess I'm getting good REM sleep. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Okay. What does diet have to do with sleep?
Well, diet is not, when you have a lot of refined carbs like white, rice, sugar, and he's going to go through his whole cycle.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Bread, pasta, cereal, biscuits, muffins, pancakes, waffles, donuts, bagels, cookies, cake, candy, pizza, roti, naan, empanada, and grits.
You never say grits.
I added it.
That's a new one you added.
It's a new one.
I'm like, oh, he's trying to throw me off.
And I know people down south, and I go, what? He's mocking my grits. No, I'm not. I'm just saying you have to be careful about how much you're eating as far as the carbohydrate factor goes.
Our physiological...
Yeah.
I can't talk.
That's what makes life so great.
I love live when your mouth wants to talk, but your mouth doesn't want to do what your brain is trying to tell it to do.
We'll edit that one later.
Anyway, Rewind. Here we go. All right. When we are adding lots of carbs and sugar into our diet, when we're trying to get ready to go to sleep, it makes our brain not shut down like it's supposed to. Our digestive tract is going woo-hoo-hoo, having a little party.
How's it going?
Woo-hoo-hoo.
There we go. Good.
Having a little party, and it wreaks havoc on our sleep. So now that we've talked about what not to have, refined carbs also get broken down into glucose in your gut and are absorbed very quickly into your bloodstream. They have a high glycemic index, making your blood sugar shoot up to a really high level. And this is bad news for your body. So it spills out a ton of insulin to deal with the threat.
Now, you know how much with you I love romance. That's okay. It's all right. You're good. But it's the ricochet romance I don't like that the sugar does in the bloodstream. And so it's between the pancreas, the adrenals, and the liver. When we eat those refined carbs, we get a ricochet romance where our blood sugars spike up rapidly and fall rapidly. Spike rapidly and fall rapidly. And they'll do that about 4 times when we eat that stuff. And you know, a good example of that is in the movie Daddy Daycare, when they feed the kids sugar and they run around like crazy and then they're all out.
Well, most people don't fall out like that after eating that. Or if they do, they might crash for a quick moment, and then what are you doing? Waking up in the middle of the night going, oh my gosh, I can't sleep.
And that's a sugar handling issue. Or something that a lot of people know that's common, not normal, but common, they get that mid-afternoon crash where they're looking for something. Right. And that's when you're having a sugar handling issue, a glycemic issue that needs to be addressed nutritionally.
Right? So you really need to be eating foods that have a lower glycemic index, like that.
You mean move that?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
All right. How's that?
No, you're going the wrong way.
I am?
Yes, you're
going
backwards. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties.
Oh, that you want?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So natural foods are what you're wanting to be eating. You know, you want to familiarize yourself, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what types of foods that you can be eating as well.
Like potato chips. They're made from potatoes.
Right. You should totally eat lots of those.
No? Okay, yeah, no, not potato chips.
What are some good choices? I would say
Good choices?
nuts,
Seeds.
green leafies.
Lots
Leafy
of
greens,
vegetables.
vegetables are going to be really good choices because they're not going to weigh you down.
I like, when I want to carb out, sweet potato with lots of butter and cinnamon.
Yeah, that's another one.
Just a hint of salt.
Yeah, cinnamon actually helps to lower your blood pressure as well.
Yes, it does. And blood sugars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Cool.
So another reason for a lack of sleep is lifestyle. Oh.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. Well, when both factors we've discussed already fall into the lifestyle category, there's no denying that there's more to a sleep disorder that might seem initially obvious. Anyone can tell you to put down your phone before bed, and our fascination with improving diet and fitness stems far deeper than going into sleep, because most people want to look and feel better. So they're doing those things anyway, because they're not even thinking about sleep when it comes to that.
Right.
Factors such as our work hours, work location, nap taking, sleep cycle regulation, and environmental factors can also have just as significant an effect on our sleep patterns. And so these things would also need to be considered when seeking to improve it. For example, if you work long hours at home and often don't stop working until late in the evening, I don't know anyone who
Guilty.
does that, right?
Yeah.
This can have a hazy, blurred confusion between sleep and work hours. So our brain's going, oh my gosh, do I work? Do I sleep? I'm not sure what to do. So meaning that the quality of neither your work nor sleep will be optimized like it could be. So that's one way. If you take naps regularly and you find yourself in need of sleep at random intervals during the day, this is generally an indication that your nighttime sleep patterns are out of balance. So to minimize the necessity for naps and maximize the nighttime hours, try regulating your evening sleep cycle and adhering to a strict before bed routine, because, like we've already discussed, the hour or two before bed is the most critical time to getting the most quality sleep.
It's true. And it's so important, you know, with working all day, right? We get up in the morning. Most people get up and they run out of the house to work, and they work all day. They're out of the house 9-10 hours, and they come back home. And when they get back home, they're now doing home chores, and they're not settling down. And it's so important in the evening time to settle down, get your body to calm down, get out of that, that fight or fright mode, and get into rest and relaxation mode. It's so important.
Watching the news is probably not going to make you feel relaxed, calm, rejuvenated.
I would recommend in the next couple of weeks, give up watching the news. And people are going, what? Give up watching this? Of course. Because watching the news right now, what's it going to do? It's going to stress you out. And we don't know if it's true or not. Parts of it is, parts of it isn't. Who's telling us the truth these days? We're not really sure. Other factors that need to be addressed for sleeping would be, pain and discomfort. A lot of times people have trouble falling asleep or waking up because of that. Could be Willis-Ekbom disease.
What's that?
Restless leg syndrome. I had to give you the technical name. Okay, but people are up because their legs are restless when they're laying down, and that is actually a nutritional deficiency. And when you support that appropriately, all of a sudden it just fades out like it was never there. Yeah, really good thing. Hypoglycemic effects, that's a lot. Trouble falling asleep because blood sugars are too high and the mind is going. As we mentioned earlier, waking up in the middle of the night is a hypoglycemic event. The blood sugar falls. The adrenal glands are like, oh my gosh, the blood sugar has fallen. Let me pump out norepinephrine, which goes to the liver. The liver releases glucose, right? The blood sugars rise, and then we're awake. And that's why we're up in the middle of the night. People say, well, I got to get up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. Common, not normal. I have a story about that one too. Personal story. So when I was 38, I was getting up twice a night to use the bathroom. And someone said to me, well, you're getting old. I'm thinking, I'm flipping 38 years old. I said, that, I shouldn't be doing that. Did a little research, changed lifestyle. Now I sleep through the night. And I was going to bed. I was getting 1 to 2 hours of sleep at night, like an hour up most of the night, back another hour later, early in the morning. And now it's like straight through. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Now he's 39. He's good.
Yeah. Liver congestion can also disrupt sleeping, and that's got to be addressed. And liver congestion is because we're paper macheing our liver and gallbladder. And that's because we're eating too much white trash, too many foods of commerce, too much white flour, right? And that white flour, when it mixes with our bile, acts like paper mache. And of course, the last is HPA, my favorite. It stands for hypothalamus pituitary. These are the reflex points axis. And so it's so important to address that part of the brain to make sure that our hormonal system is balanced correctly.
Yeah, another way too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Get your environment in a nice, relaxing environment in order to sleep. Get rid of the clutter in your bedroom. Make sure you don't have crap all over the place. Get your bed, get nice sheets and pillows and things like that so you're nice and comfortable while you're sleeping. That's going to help to reduce clutter in your brain. It's going to help you feel relaxed and soothed when you're going to bed. Get your TV out of your bedroom. Get your phone out of your bedroom. Do something relaxing. Read a book. Do something that's going to clear your mind, not thinking of all the things that are going on. You want to minimize the outside noise.
So are you saying no horror movies or heavy metal before bed?
I would not recommend that. No. That's going to screw up your brain and you're not going to sleep as good. So also, you want to make sure that you're not having crazy noise outside. If you're a really light sleeper, don't choose the bedroom. That's going to be right next to the railroad tracks that are...
I grew up in a town with a train, so we heard the train all the time.
You just slept through it all?
Yeah, we were immune to it.
There you go. You want to make sure you turn off the phone, and I know all of you two are like, but I use my phone for an alarm clock. Well, get an alarm clock. Take your phone out.
You're saying buy an alarm clock?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. To the next 3 people that like us on Facebook and share it with 5 friends, show us proof, we'll give you a free alarm clock.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have several alarm clocks, actually. I forgot about that.
Brand new.
Brand
Still
new.
in the box.
Yeah, we've got alarm clocks, so we'll get you an alarm clock.
That's right.
Just put a message in the comment, and one of you lucky people will win an alarm clock. I forgot about that.
Cool.
All right, look at that. Free alarm clocks today. So how does sleep affect your mental health? Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sleep is as effective on our health as eating, drinking, and breathing is, as it allows our cells to repair themselves and allows our brain to process and receive information. So it's also like various mental health disorders such as it's linked to various mental health disorders such as anxiety and depression. Low levels of physical energy translate into poor cognitive activity and lack of ability to process our thoughts clearly. So when you're seeking to boost our mental health, it makes a lot of sense to make sure you're getting enough sleep in order for your brain to function properly, so you're not thinking all these negative things that your brain is thinking when you're having mental.
That's pretty interesting. Because when we assess people with what we do here at Shores Wellness Solutions, what do? We assess diet, nutrition, exercise, sleep.
Yeah. Are you sleeping or are you not sleeping?
So important.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. So lack of sleep also contributes to the likelihood of developing and worsening a mental health disorder. So if you're prone to struggling with these issues to begin with and you think you might be at risk, it's a good idea to prioritize your sleep and really get into a good sleep routine in order for your brain to function more optimally.
True.
Anything else?
No, I think it's pretty good.
All right. So what's REM sleep? How do you boost that?
REM, R-E-M.
R-E-M.
Isn't that a group from the 80s?
Oh, it is. What's one of their songs?
No.
I'd sing one right now, but I'm drawing a blank.
They played in concert at our school when I was in college.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's one of their songs then? Oh! Now I'm drawing. I want to sing a song for you real quick, but I totally can't think of a song.
No, don't do it. You
All
talk
right.
about REM, I'll look up
All
the
right.
songs.
REM is rapid eye movement. It's a rapid eye movement sleep that occurs in cycles of about 90 to 120 minutes throughout the night. So it also accounts for 20 to 25% of total sleep time in adult humans. Although the proportion decreases with age, a newborn baby may spend, I know you said it doesn't count with age, but a baby's going to spend up to 80% of their total sleep time in the REM stage. So babies are going to sleep a little bit more than adults are going to. In particular, REM sleep dominates the latter half of the sleep period, especially the hours before waking, and the REM component of each sleep cycle typically increases as the night goes on. So as the name suggests, it's associated with rapid and random side-to-side movements of the eye. So when your eyes are closed, your eyes are moving around, right? So this is going to measure, it's going to be measured by a technology called, I'm going to say, let you say the big word. I can say EOG, or electrooculography.
You nailed it.
Look at that.
Nailed
This eye motion is not constant, but intermittent. It's still not known exactly what purpose it serves, but it's believed that the eye movements may relate to the internal visual images of the dreams that occur during REM sleep, especially as they are associated with brain wave spikes in the region of the brain involved with vision as well.
In the cerebral cortex, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, REM, R-E-M.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody hurts.
It's the end of the world.
Losing
as we
my
know it.
religion.
No.
End of the world.
Ah! It just came to me right now.
Yeah, that's it.
Look
That's
at
what I was
that.
looking for.
I was like, oh, all of
The
a
one I
sudden,
love.
that's what came to me right when you said that.
All right. So, how do you boost REM sleep, babe?
All right, by cultivating a day and nighttime routine.
Ah, so you're saying sleep actually begins during the day?
Yeah, we need a day and a nighttime routine. So we can more successfully engage with the REM sleep when the need arises. Following guidelines regarding your diet, fitness, health regimens.
Health regimens, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get
Lifestyle
out.
factors, environmental factors, yeah.
Yeah, all of these things play a role in increasing our REM sleep.
Okay.
So, which... What?
Nothing.
I thought you were going to say something.
No.
No. Okay, so take a moment and consider which ones realistically you can start to introduce in your current lifestyle. Are there anything that you guys out there can currently do?
There's a lot that you can do.
Well, post in the comments what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Tell me one thing that you're looking at going to change or to try to help increase your sleep cycles. Are you going to change your bedtime routine? Pick a time each night to go to bed. Are you going to change one thing in your diet? And don't do everything at once. You're not going to stick with it. So
Try it
pick
for a
one thing.
week.
Pick one thing. Tell me one thing in the comments that you're going to do today to help get a better night's sleep.
Try it for 1 week. See how it works.
Yeah.
You know, if it's go to bed earlier, because we got DVRs and stuff at home, so record what you want. Don't stay up late watching it. record it, because it's nothing on during the day, which you've probably noticed the last 3 or 4 weeks anyway.
I don't know. I don't turn on the TV, but another good way to help you relax and be able to sleep better is meditation. Right? Does anyone out here meditate?
I do.
That's what you do?
No, I don't do it like that
I never
way.
saw you doing that, but that's okay. One amazing way to start maximizing your sleep is learning how to meditate. So by becoming more aware of your thoughts, your tendencies, and patterns, meditation supports an overall more balanced, rounded, and energized lifestyle. Another aspect is the kind of lifestyle that helps you to get regular sleep, right? So studies have found that regular meditation can have long-term benefits for our sleep cycles and can even fight against insomnia. Meditation also helps us to drift into a deeper state of sleep and, more importantly, to stay there.
I like it when I stay asleep.
I don't usually have issues with that. Anyway, we want to, once we are back to normal,
Soon.
a more normal lifestyle again, and people are out and about, we're actually planning on bringing some meditation classes here to the office. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be pretty cool. All right.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And we'll still have social distancing.
And we're going to even also offer some classes in the Salt Room, which now you're going to have.
Meditation classes in the
Oh,
summer?
yes.
Wow.
So excited about that. That was in the works. That was already going to be posted, but we're just postponed for a little bit of time until everyone's back out and about.
Okay. Out and about for our Canadian friends. So is there any type of psychological insomnia?
I don't know. Is there?
You tell me.
Okay. Well, there is.
Okay.
So this kind of insomnia is possible. It's possibly one of the most difficult types of insomnia to deal with. During a period of this type of insomnia, a patient experiences a lack of sleep during which their thoughts are so preoccupied with the fact that they're not sleeping, that they're worrying about the consequences of not sleeping, that they're not sleeping. So that's a really big issue.
I bet now that a lot of people are experiencing this one. You know, because they're so, if you're watching the news on a regular basis, you're so preoccupied with the sensationalism of what's there. And I'm not downplaying what's happening, that's not it. But we have to learn to give our minds a break. That's what I'm talking about. And if you're watching these things and having the psychological anxiety from the news that's being played right now, you need to step away from it so your mind can settle down. Otherwise, excuse me, you'll wake up and all night you can lay in bed and just keep thinking about it over and over again, which compounds the problem.
Yeah. Have you ever had a really big meeting at work and you're like all prepared for it, but you're so stressed out because you're not going to land this big promotion if you don't nail this meeting, right? So, you know, you're up all night long,
You're laying there
stressing
saying,
about
if I
it.
fall
You're
asleep
thinking,
now, I'll get 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And then a little
but then
while
you're not
later,
sleeping
and
because
you
you're
say,
stressing.
If I fall asleep now, I get 4 hours of sleep. Then a little while later, you look at the clock and you say, if I fall asleep now, I'll miss work.
Well, in the meantime, you paralyze yourself into being so stressed out over something else, which is a lot of the things that are going on now, which is why it's really, really important to find an outlet that is going to clear your mind of things that are not serving to you. Meditation, like I said, is a great one. So you're not worrying about everything at night, so you can let your mind shut down.
So what would be some good sleep enhancing foods?
Well, we talked about regulating and having a more balanced diet to cultivate a more healthy sleep pattern. There are some foods that will encourage or help you to promote a deeper sleep.
Bet we're talking about foods with tryptophan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that protein-enriched
Like
foods?
turkey.
Yes.
Turkey's very high in tryptophan. That's why everybody falls asleep on the couch after Thanksgiving dinner.
Right. Yep. So turkey, chicken, nuts, seeds, those are all really good choices that have tryptophan or tryptophan? I always
Tryptophan.
Okay. Like a tryptophan.
That's right. You tripped over the fan.
Okay.
There you go.
Never sure about that one.
What
Anyway.
about your specialty?
Oh, essential oils.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essential oils do play a really big role.
I love using those to sleep.
Yeah. Because they help with emotional benefits as well. They can actually help relax you and put you to sleep. Putting them in your diffuser every night And there's a lot of different choices that you can use. Chamomile, lavender, ylang ylang, cedarwood. Those are a couple of really good essential oils that will help calm your mind, help you feel relaxed. Plus, breathing it in, especially with everything going on right now, throw a drop of On Guard in there too, because you'll clean out the air and you won't have to worry about all the germs and stuff. It'll kill all the things that are going on right now. It's just an added boost that you can do to help you relax and feel better while sleeping good.
Yeah, and there's other strategies to promote sleeping as well. I mean, other things you can do is make sure you're sleeping in a darkened room. You know, a noise-free environment is very important. Make sure you have a comfortable bed, one that's not saggy. You know, check your pillow. You know, your pillow should be comfortable for you as well. Reduce and eliminate the use of stimulants like cola, caffeinated beverages, tea, coffee, things like that. We talked earlier about reducing and eliminating alcohol.
Right.
If that's it. You know, we talked about unwinding at night, talked about no screens. We really, man, you nailed this. Good job. But there's other things. And taking good supplements, I think, is important.
Right.
You know, because a good supplement's supposed to feed the body. When you buy the supplements in the stores and online, you know, it's like buying a piece of a supplement, a fragment of it. It's like going to the auto parts store, as I say, and buying a steering wheel and showing everybody a brand new car, you know. It's just a fragment. You really want whole food supplements that are made from whole foods that have been not heat processed and not chemically processed. You know, everything's still there.
Yep. All right. Well, that's a good portion of our class today. I hope this class has been informative for you and helps bring awareness to some of the things you can do to help benefit with sleep and getting on a regular schedule.
I have a little survey.
You have a survey?
Yeah. So right now, who do you know that doesn't know what you know about improving the quality of their sleep? Right? Think about that. We all know somebody. And so the question is, do they have trouble falling asleep? Are they waking up too early? Are they having trouble staying asleep? Are they waking up tired? You know, are they fatigued? Do they have an increased appetite, excess belly fat, weight issues, hypoglycemia? These are good surveys. And when you look at these things, you can examine, you know, how is somebody's quality of sleep?
Are we sending them surveys?
No, they have it on the video. They can now go back and rewind it. And
I'm confused on that one.
No.
I'm like, well, I encourage all of you to try at least one of the techniques that we discussed today. Don't hesitate to let us know if you need any help, if you're struggling with sleep issues or anything like that. We do work with people and we will help figure out what your underlying cause is. We can help you to put together a program of maybe you are deficient in some nutrients that your body needs that's going to help you to sleep. Maybe you just need someone to chat with. We do offer everything online as well, so you don't have to worry about coming out. I know we're not allowed to leave our homes or anything currently at the moment, but we do offer online consultations. And after your first consultation, give us a call. We'll do it for free. We want to just check with you. If you need help with any of these things that we've talked about today, we can totally help you and get you on a protocol and a plan that will be specific to you and your needs. And so please just either private message us, put a little note in the comments.
just go to our website.
You can go to our website too and actually schedule one.
ShoresWellnessSolutions.com and schedule for a free consultation.
Yeah.
So I want to close with a story, if that's okay. Listen, we have helped many people regain their sleep. We really have.
Right.
And so in doing that, this one patient comes to mind, and he came in, this is a few years back, and his biggest issue was not sleeping. I say, how many times you wake up at night? He says, 10, 11 times a night. He's up, out of bed. So about 6 months into care, he decides to quit care. I said, why are you quitting care? He says, well, what you're doing is not working. I said, well, what do you mean? He says, I'm still getting up at night. So I said to him, how many times a night are you getting up? He said, well, I get up once. I said, but when you came to me, you were getting up 10, 11 times. And he said, well, I know, but I don't want to get up at all. So it was a matter of more time for his body to continue to regulate. So sometimes it's not a home run. Sometimes it takes a little while, till everything else falls into place, but it will get there.
Right. Well, I want to thank everyone for taking a little bit of time to jump on
Mm-hmm.
here. If you saw any value in this, or if you know anybody who is not getting a good night's sleep, they're stressing out, even just the stress and anxiety, you need someone to just chat with and see if there's anything that can help relieve your stress and help you to sleep better. Please, please, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you can just private message us, go to our website, Shores Wellness Solutions. You don't even have to say anything. You can click on their schedule. You can even schedule your own time
Schedule
that
right
you
there.
want, whatever time's convenient
Right.
for you. We'd be happy to get on the phone and chat with you and help you to get a good night's sleep.
Right.
Right?
I'm
So-
Dr. Dave here with Amy, Shores Wellness Solutions, the Natural Health and Wellness Center, and we want to be your inspiration.
For healthy living.
Happy Easter
Bye, guys. Happy Easter.
and happy Passover.